Breakthrough with hover bikes, swords, Axion. Oh my. I have 4 different sections here today going over Descendants, weapons, external components, and general things that you can do to prepare for Season 3 Breakthrough. We're going to go over all of them in detail, and we're going to start off Descendants. So let's get to it. First up on our list of things that we're going to stock up on for Descendant specific items is we're going to come in here to our consumables, and we are going to stock up on crystallization catalysts. Now, you're going to want at least 10 of these for every new item that's being added into the game. In Season 3, we know there's going to be 1 Season Pass weapon. We know we're going to have 2 Descendants. We're going to have Ultimate Luna, and we're going to have Nell. That being said, at the bare minimum, you're probably going to want 30 catalysts saved up or built and some in your back pocket so you can work on some of those cool and extra builds. The easiest way to get crystallization catalysts used to be doing whatever 400% was available for a crystallization catalyst blueprint amorphous material. However, that has now changed. For anybody who does Colossus very often, you know that it is terrible with how long it takes to load into Colossus back and forth. So what you want to do is you want to find whatever the 400% is for the day. Today just happens to be Magister's Lab, which is a wonderful, wonderful 400% dungeon to grind out. And you're going to want to scroll over, not to the normal ones, but you're going to want to go to the Void Fusion Reactor Materials. You're going to want to look at these. Void Fusion Reactors are now the quickest way to farm out amorphous materials for crystallization catalysts. You can get a loop going on these so quickly, and you don't have any loading times. You just get there, activate it, kill the boss, activate it, kill the boss, activate it, kill the boss. A really, really quick and easy loop to farm these, way faster than farming out Colossus. Next up on our list for Descendants is going to be energy activators. Now, you're not going to need nearly as many as I have on the screen here. You're only going to want 1 of these per new item being added to the game. So if you're going to have, we've got Ultimate Luna, we've got Nell, and we've got that 1 Season Pass weapon that we know of. That's a minimum of 3 energy activators that you're going to want to have in your back pocket, ready to go when you get these new items. Now remember, energy activators increase your overall capacity on a weapon or a Descendant, so you can fit more mods on there. Your energy activators, go to the 400% for the day, look for the amorphous material variants that are linked to a reconstruction device, and scroll over until you find one that's got the energy activator blueprint on it, grind them out, and go grind out Void Fusion Reactor. Void shards aren't needed anymore. You can have a very, very quick and fun session doing Void Fusion Reactors back to back. All right, last item we have on our list for Descendant preparation for Season 3 Breakthrough is going to be getting your Arche Tuning to level 40. Level 40 Arche Tuning is going to provide a lot of extra power, uniqueness, utility, and quality of life for your Descendants. While you're grinding out your Arche Tuning, you're also going to be getting a side benefit over here of some extra consumable items like fission accelerants. You're going to get your Arc Genetic Scissors. Again, the scissors are to pull a mutator cell out of your Arche Tuning board, and the fission accelerants are to unlock a section on the board for your mutator cells. And in addition, if you're lucky, you'll be getting extra spoils boxes so you can have more than 1 mutator cell or just more mutator cells to choose from when you put that in there. So Arche Tuning is definitely something you're going to want to do. I know Sigma Jail sucks, but it's definitely a fact of life that you got to go get in there and get that done in order to stock up on some of these materials so you can hit the ground running. That's going to do it for our Descendant section. Now we're off to weapons. For the weapons, the first thing you're going to want to stock up on in your consumables over here is going to be a lot of stuff from Void Erosion Purge. You're going to want your core binders. You're going to want at least a couple of these in your back pocket. So once you get that new Season Pass weapon or you get any new weapons, you can immediately unlock all the cores with a core binder so that you can start putting in the very next piece that I want you to stock up on, and that's actual cores here. You're going to want to stock up a lot on your green cores, your red cores, your blue cores, and of course your orange cores here. These are the cores that provide the most benefit on weapons, green being some of the most sought after because of the fire rate or the rounds per magazine. You have your crit and weak point damages and chance on your red ones. Your blue ones give you all your elements, and your orange gives you your firepower. These are the next level of power for your weapons. And now with core transmutation, you can take all your useless yellow and purple cores and transmute those into your green, red, blue, and orange ones. So while we're talking about cores, next thing up on the list is going to be your core particle disruptors. Core particle disruptors are a consumable that you need when you re-roll a core onto your weapon. And trust me, you're going to be re-rolling a lot. Anybody who's never rolled cores before, you're in for a lot of re-rolling. Those who have rolled their fire rates on their green cores know exactly what it's going to be like. So stock up on these. You need Void Abyss metal fragments for those. You get them in 400%, since I believe you get 150 now per clear of those. And you're going to be doing 400% anyway to get the amorphous materials for your Void Fusion reactors for catalysts and activators. Are going to be fine adjustment control axis. These are the things that let you constantly re-roll the 4 bottom substats on your weapon. It costs a lot of these to roll things. Say if you have 3 items locked, it costs 20 of these to roll. So you're going to want a lot of these fine adjustment control axes in order to constantly re-roll your weapons to get that god roll or to get that roll that fits your playstyle. You can either do Kuiper mind blocking for these, or you can build them for, I think, 500 at a time for 7.5 million gold. These are very, very useful to have, especially in abundance, because they are going to let you tailor your weapon to your needs. Under our weapons, we have another sort of side step here. You don't need to stock up on these, but for all my completionists out there, once season 3 hits, Descendant is going to have a new season pass weapon that you will have to get all the pieces for in order to fill out your collections. So with that, you're going to want to stock up on support coins. So you're going to want to do supports for 100 or 250% infiltrations, or you get some from the login events that we currently have going on. But you're going to want to stock up on 120 of these so that you have enough to purchase all the individual pieces for the new weapon the old season pass weapon that Descendant will be selling. You can get that right off the bat and fill out your library. Or if you have missed getting that season pass weapon, you'll have 120 so you can get that new weapon and get it crafting right away. Reactors and external components. So first off, in this section, I want to go ahead and say, if you're a betting person, go ahead and start trying to prepare for some reactors for Nell. We're thinking that since she's telekinesis, she's definitely going to be non-attribute, which is going to be any grade reactor. And since she's going to be able to pull things close and she's going to be able to mark things with like a sieve and stuff like that, I am thinking that a reactor that's going to have cost cooldown or something that's got cost duration or even cooldown duration is going to be something that works really well for her. Again, if she doesn't have any major damaging abilities that don't scale off of her non-attribute fusion or non-attribute sub damage type, you'll just be able to have any kind of reactor with cooldown duration on it, kind of like how Serena on her Purge 30 build doesn't really care about what reactor type it is, just that the bottom rolls are cooldown and duration. But as soon as we get more information for Nell, I will post that down in the pinned comment so you guys can have a better idea of what to look for. On the topic of reactors, there are a lot of consumables that you can stock up on for reactors to constantly enhance them. You will probably need to farm out or upgrade a new reactor for Nell anyway, possibly even Luna, because she's going to have some transcendent mods that change the way she plays. So that being said, you're going to want to stock up on dimension analyzers. You'll need these to take a reactor from level 3 to level 5, and you'll notice there you're going to need quantum incubators, precise ion accelerators, and normal ion accelerators. So precise ion accelerators are these gold discs here, and the regular ion accelerators are these blue discs right here. Now you're going to need all of these discs in order to upgrade a reactor, and then you're going to need the gold ones and these dimension analyzers to upgrade it from 3 to 5. So very, very important things to have here. And if you plan on upgrading your reactor substats, you're also going to want to have a stock of these quantum crystals and these nano compounds. Now, these are not dropping in the same places that they used to be. You used to be able to farm abyssal colossi for these. You can only do a certain amount of trade-ins each week with ETA 0 and get a limited amount of these. You're going to want to end up going back into Sigma Sector. That's why we call it Sigma Jail. There's so much that's there. And Sigma Sector high risk will give you a large amount of quantum crystals and nano compounds after each mission completion. However, you can also get a large jackpot drop of quantum crystals and nano compounds at the end of a Sigma Sector, thus boosting your stock of these items even more. External components. I don't have much here for you to stock up on. Hold on. Hey there, Past Zero. This is Future Zero. I'm here to tell you that you are going to have some more things to stock up on for your external components here. mainly being the augmentation cores for external components. These are completely different than the cores that you get in Void Erosion Purge, and on the June 19th update, these will be available in 400% and everybody's favorite, Sigma Sector. Yes, Sigma Jail is calling for you. I'll have a link to the dev talk where this was shown down in the description below. And now back to our regularly scheduled Season 3 Breakthrough Prep Guide. You're going to want to be in Sigma Sector again for these energy control cores, because energy control cores are the next thing to stock up on, because these will let you upgrade the substats of your external components. I know it's going to be Sigma Sector, Sigma Jail once again, but in Sigma Sector you're going to get these energy control cores to upgrade the substats on your external components. But don't forget, while you're there, you'll also be getting quantum crystals and nano compounds at the same time. So sort of knocking out a bunch of birds with one stone here by doing your Sigma sectors. For just some general things that you can do to make sure you're prepared for Season 3. We're going to kind of rapid fire these, so stick close. First off, you're going to want to go to your battle pass. You're going to want to spend all of your bonus shop currency here if you can. I've got 100 left over, which is pretty unfortunate, so I can't buy anything that's here. But you're going to want to make sure that you spend as many of those points here, because it's a use it or lose it type of deal. You're also going to want to make sure you use all of your supply coins. It's another use it or lose it type of deal. You always get way more at the end of a season if you do all the challenges than you can actually spend. So make sure you get everything there in the shop. You're going to want to go to your amorphous materials and look at your advanced shape stabilizers. Your advanced shape stabilizers are one of the best ways you can mitigate bad RNG from items that come from amorphous materials. For those that do not know, your advanced shape stabilizers, when used on a coinciding amorphous material, will take the two rarest items and give that the percentages from the most common items on there. So on the screen here, you'd see the Ultimate Glaze Stabilizer Blueprint. Instead of a 6%, that would get a 32% chance. Same with the Enduring Legacy Polymer Blueprint that's on there. It would go from 10% to 32%. And then it would switch those percents with the Executor and the Izimo pieces up there. So it makes it much, much easier in order to get items from amorphous materials. We don't know if there's going to be weapons. We don't know if Nell is going to come from an amorphous material or not. So it never hurts to have these in your back pocket. It's one of the best ways to mitigate bad RNG in the game, purchasing them from ETA 0, or you can actually craft those. And that's going to be the next thing up on our list. It's with something called super saturated solutions. So as long as you have the base shape stabilizer, you can use super saturated solutions to craft these, which are up here in our basic materials. These super saturated solutions come from Kuiper mine blocking. They generally drop every wave of a Kuiper mine blocking, so you can get quite a few of these per run. Craft the advanced shape stabilizers, which is, like I said before, one of the best ways to mitigate bad RNG of items that come from amorphous materials. Next up on our list is going to be your vouchers in the game. So you have standard ETA vouchers. These are the vouchers that drop from your 400% missions. You get 4 of these vouchers from each boss at the end of a 400%, with a small chance at a jackpot, anywhere from 12 to 120 to 150 of them per drop. So 400%, yet another good place to go and get your amorphous materials, but you will now also get your standard ETA vouchers from there. Stock up full to 600 on these, along with the premium ETA vouchers. Now, these vouchers aren't necessarily as important, because you can trade for these at ETA 0 with all your extra weapon, descendant parts, all your extra Haley parts from your daily invasions. Trade those in to get these right away. The standard ETA vouchers take a little bit longer to grind up to 600. So you want to make sure that you go into that first ETA 0 of Season 3 having full sets of both of these vouchers here. Moving on, you do not want to stock up your quality certified ETA vouchers. Since this will be a new season, you will not keep these. These will not carry over. Your quality certified ETA vouchers will always reset when you go from one season to a next. Either use them or lose them. And if you're like me and you've cashed out everything from the ETA 0 shop, we're gonna lose them. You're going to want to make sure you stay caught up on your login events here. You want to make sure you're getting all of these rewards, because you will get yourself free Transcendent modules. You're going to get yourself free boosters, energy activators, dimension analyzers, all these things that I'm recommending that you guys can stock up on. You will find in these daily login events. Even a butter, don't even have to do a million void vessels to get one right there. All of these events, as long as you keep up on them, have really, really good things for them. And they're all mostly items that I'm recommending that you stock up on. Crystallization catalysts, precise ion accelerators, vouchers, core particle disruptors. There's a lot of stuff on here that's going to be very, very valuable for the start of a new season. So make sure you stay up to date on your login events and make sure you collect those. They're very, very important, and they often help you get more ahead than you think. Hey, past me, it's future me again. Guess what? We got a bunch of new login events and things that are coming up on June 19th. So guys, be sure to do your login events, get these taken care of. Make sure you're logging in every day to get all of these rewards. We want to have a really good start to season 3, and I got a good feeling that these are going to give us just that. This is a quick preview, but now back to our regularly scheduled prep guide. I promise it's almost over. All right, Descendants, last but definitely not least, if you want to get a head start in Season 3, you're going to want to look for extra Transcendent modules. You're going to want to have a bunch of these to combine into the new Transcendent modules for the new season. I personally like to have a grand total of about 600 stored up here. That will give me quite a few combinations in order to get the new Transcendent modules right away, so I can play with the new builds and play with the new styles of characters right away. How do you get these? 400% are a really great way to do them. You can get a lot of them through doing Colossus fights. Remember all that well of Void Fusion Reactors give them. If they do, that's going to be another great place to do it. You're going to be in 400% anyway. To get those amorphous materials, to go to Void Fusion Reactors, there's just a lot of places to get these. Even Sigma Sector has a chance to drop these from the end bosses there. Stock up on as many of these as you can, and then fill out the rest of them with ultimate modules and rare modules, and yes, even normal modules, because it's the start of a new season, so there's a good chance we're going to have some of each module class introduced into the game, and you could combine into them right away. All right, Descendants, that's going to do it for our ultimate Season 3 Breakthrough Preparation Guide. Are there things that you're doing that I didn't list here? Leave those in the description below. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. Maybe like and subscribe to the video if it helped you out at all. Until then, if you ever need help in the game, the Vanguard is always on duty, ready to help everybody out with stress-free, carefree, and ego-free help. So until the next time we meet, Descendants, 0 out.